You already know, Easy in the house, Easy A. I want to thank my Heavenly Father and everything that He controls, the all in all, and gracious and humbleness. I know and I recognize that we all unit, we all a system, a mechanism that's supposed to work in harmony. And through the divine creator and all that he governs, working through me, we're going to rebuild balance and harmony, peace, joy, justice, and every good thing in abundance more than the pain, the sorrow, the heartache, the bitterness, the deceit, the deceitfulness that this world is under in consumption. The devil built a jail, a cage, a construct that keep all of us captive in all sorts of types of ways. And he do this within your head. Is a saying, there's you versus you. It's not you against the world. It's not the world really against you. It's you against you. When we stop lying to ourselves, when we stop fighting ourselves, being at war with our thought process, with our understanding of what we see and what we feel and what we experience. Not realizing at the same time we choose and welcome with open arms the situations that be manifested in our, in one's reality. The mind is so powerful that if it ain't mastered, if it ain't controlled, it could run wildly, crazily, sporadically, like anything that's ever been built that, that has motion or does something kind of destructive in a way. We are similar to those things. The only thing is we have an unconscious igniter, something that's constantly on, the button, the gauge, the valve, something that's constantly keeping motion or activity. If the motion and activity is unconscious, unaware of the things that we feel is subtle, or we feel that we are more powerful than where we will be able to control whatever situation that comes up. In all reality, we don't. We have the ability to navigate the situations and, you know, the momentum that comes at us because we are constantly moving forward, even if it's going backwards. It seems like you're going backwards, but in the backwards, you're still going forward because what you perceive as going backwards, time is still going forward. You cannot stop time. So even in digression, there's progress. The more you go back, is the further you're going into that direction. These are things that we know. What I just said is not something that you didn't know. It's just something that we need to remember. I know a lot of the things that I say sounds impossible, but in reality, nothing is impossible. And it's, it's the true statement. The only reason why it's impossible because we perceive it to be impossible. We know within ourselves that it's impossible. And because of that false knowing, because you do have a knowing and also a false knowing, because you fighting within yourself. You're two different wavelengths of vibration. And if you don't train yourself to know when that line wiggle, because we're supposed to be, supposed to be aligned being together. That means everything that needs to be structured, merged into one. And as it has one, it has a strong power, infinite power to it. Instead of using just this one, because I don't feel that the other ones need to be used, or don't realize that I would still have to come to those. After I fixate that, I'm gonna have to leave that one alone, come to the other one to fixate this. I'm at, and but it will never be in alignment for the simple fact that one is already running at one ahead of schedule. You picking up this one to catch up to that one, then you picking up this one to catch up to that one that's trying to catch up to that one, and so on. So how can it be alignment? Alignment means everything is moving leveled up, leveled, horizontally. Oh, I know that was deep. I kind of even lost myself with it, but I still didn't lose myself because it came out my mouth and I know it to be true. Because I could talk it all over again. It's that I didn't forget it. It just stumbled me of the realization, like, wow, that came out of me. I came like, and it's not shocking because it's proving the point, the alignment. And I have said everything that I have gathered, all the knowledge that I have perceived, good, bad, indifferent, even if those never be used, is all being used at the same time because you can use those same aspects for other things, and that's another realization of alignment. And I say, use all your knowledge, use all your senses, feel, express with your total being in truth, what could knock you down? Nobody words should be able to knock you down. Nobody actions will be able to knock you down. I'm giving you a super powerful weapon that dissolves all other weapons. It makes their weapons, you know, in ill effect. Because even if they do use them, it will cause more destruction than what they destroyed. And because a lot of people fear, cripple themselves with fear, with the not knowing, with the what if. And it's crazy because in that same note where we imagine, foresee a whole lot of turmoil in something, but we choose to see the glory, the finance, the abundance, or the whatever you focusing on, and it's truly focused on as a good thing, and then years pass, and one day you just blink and you actually be like, yo, how the fuck did I get here? And then see that I was actually going in the wrong direction because of the focus that you had on something that was detrimental to you, but you was blind to the fact that it was detrimental to you because of the focus. You was only looking for one thing. You didn't look of the good and the bad. What could happen if it don't go the way I need it to happen? What you call, could I recover? Could I manage? Do what you call, how can I put a fail safe where if it do collapse for whatever reason or don't work out for whatever reason, can I maintain while I'm able to fix the problem so I could prosper and move forward? And once the machine starts working, you know, with no hiccups or, bugs in it, everything runs smoothly. And that all comes in time with all creation. Not one thing or creator, the scientists just came and said, okay, this is what I want to make. And pow, it just, the next day, they had everything that they needed. They had the parts that, the idea created the parts that was what you call, that was never created or ever existed, and threw it together that same day, that same week, that same month, that same year. And even if you do, that's a prototype, and it's not going to be. It's going to be close to what your thought, what your goal or outcome. Even if you thought you had everything perfect, and then after you get it, you'll see somewhere where it lacked that, and then now that's the upgrade. If and that's how a lot of the technology we have is being done, and it's just a waste because believe it or not, they already way beyond the upgrade that you end up getting or paying for or waiting for. They've been playing with it 100 years before they even sat it in front of you. So they will always be more efficient in it than a novice that's just getting it, just experiencing it, and still they do not have no greater power than you. The only reason why they have the knowledge and the know-how and comfortability of the thing that you might feel funny with, you know, interacting with or, learning. They went through that already, way before you, but they just don't want you to know that. They want you to believe that you go, it just came out and they the whiz kid at it. They just naturally, able to just do things like that, you know, for a sense of power, for a sense of ego, for a sense of pride, and the weak fall for it. Weak minded, untrained mind. When I was growing up in my era, it was the saying, the mind is a terrible many things to waste. And a lot of us, damn near all of us, is wasting our mind or have wasted our mind. And with all the waste in it, when good good substance come that's going to give you energy, give you, you know, strength, give you endurance, give you insight, we spit it out. It don't taste, you know, it don't have no sugar in it. It don't have no, that oomph that make you want to be addicted to it. But it do have that oomph. It is as you adapt. Like say for instance, we all, on this side, we American, no matter what, state you in. You get snatched up and just thrown in a third world country. Their customs and eating habits is totally different. Even though we'll be hard headed in the beginning, but when those hunger pains start kicking in, because you keep on passing on substance that can sustain you, because the fear of the taste, the fear of, you know, what you're looking at. It might be a beetle. It might be, like I said, something that you wasn't raised to eat. So it's foreign. It's taboo. It's, unless you're a person that's willing to experience. And then even them, certain shit they don't touch. You know, certain shit just don't grab them. And it's all right. You don't have to. But you will adapt to something. You will adapt to something. I guarantee you. You're gonna find something out there that you like, that you'll be willing to put in you. And then you'll put just that in you so much where eventually you're gonna get sick of just eating that. And you're gonna wanna venture. You're gonna venture again until you find something else. That's what we do here. Something new come out. Uh, I never ate that before. I never drunk that before. Uh, where did they? Why did they make that combination? And then somebody brought it. Somebody offered it to you, and if you didn't know, and like, and took, hey, what the hell is this? This shit is good. Oh, Oh, it's lizard back. What you call seasons crickets with fried maggots. You'll be like, what? But the shit look like rice and what you call with little, decorations in it and shit like that. It's not. It don't look exactly how I just said it, but if you know what maggots look like, you know what you call. They do look. If they all together and they ain't moving around, they look like rice. And if they fried, they be a little brown, looking like brown rice or fried rice. Like so, I know I'm playing right now, but I'm not playing because if you go, I guarantee you what I just said is happening. And then you know, maggots is a pure sense of protein. Something we'll never eat if we don't have to. But you in the wilderness and if you go, you fall from whatever, you're not able to hunt. If you go, you cold, whatever, you're going through it somehow, some way. You sit on a tree trunk, shit break open, there's a bunch of maggots right there. Go and look around, make sure nobody around, and hope that nobody catch it on film, or nobody that know you, that know people that know you. Be like, yeah, this nigga I see this nigga face down munching on motherfucking maggots. And I mean, that nigga was going in like like an ant, how an ant eater or any animal that this what you call be chewing on shit. You know, but it's just, no, I'm joking, I'm playing around, but it's also a reality of seriousness. You know, and if you don't have, you know, knowledge on planes, you wouldn't know how to survive in certain situations. Right? Boom. Everything man has learned being, cast away from, you know, being directly in contact with the Lord for whatever reason, and how, this is all designed. Our forefathers watched the animals, learned from them, watched nature, period, and adapted what they saw because all of nature either constructs their home or their home is already found somewhere. Only thing it needs to be is furnished. All things are fed. Nothing here really starves, except for us, and not even. It's because of us that we starve. Do you know how many billions of good food get thrown away because it wasn't bought? So that's a disrespect to every animal that was slaughtered for the purpose to be ate. Because they wasn't slaughtered for the purpose to be sold. And if that was the fact, then you die if you commit a sin. And that's a sin of greed. Because money don't exist. We don't need money. See, and I guess that this is what made me a terrorist. This is why, you know, I am the list. It's not even I'm on the list. I am the list. There is nobody else. It's from me to infinity. Go all the way Yeah, and that's some bullshit. But I welcome it. I truly welcome it. It is a true honor. For real. Like I said, I took it as an insult. But nah, it's a true honor. It's a true honor when, you know, the governments of the worlds, the kingdoms of the worlds, put you in put your name in the quantum, the quantum computer. Put your DNA also in the quantum computer, because every time they take blood, they got your DNA. Every time they take spit from you, your DNA. Every time that you give urine, your DNA. And what do they do with this stuff? They run tests on it. They do experiments on it. it that's how they know who you are before you know who you are. It's a way of governing and controlling. And then when you got problem DNAs or a DNA that somewhere down the line it can have an evolved version of it, because every time we procreate, there's a merging of DNAs, two separate DNAs, to make a new DNA, and all the shit that was in you and all the shit that was in the other person are now intertwined into that one person. So they got more information and knowledge in them than their predecessor. Like us from our parents, we have more knowledge, not because we experience more, no, because we inherit their knowledge and experience our knowledge. You know, like I just don't know. Like I said, I have started a war. I know I have. Right, the ones that hear me that feels that they need to join this war. I have no contracts with y'all. The contract that y'all signing is with the Lord. The contract that y'all signing is with yourselves to stand up for truth, stand up for what is right in all aspects. Like, for instance, you know, we a nation or a continent of people that say we will call savage. They don't have language. They don't have high society structures. They don't have no writing and nothing like that. Now we're being ignorant by saying that they don't have no language, because evidently they have some way of communication within their nation, their tribe, they whatever, you know, they have. I could truly say that they'll be more in tune with God and the universe than us that know of religion, that know of spiritualism, that know of so called higher knowledge. And it's not so called, but I still think it's so-called, because if the savage is closer than the advance, how do that make sense? And it's true. Say they can't read literature, our literature, or the worldly literature. So the word of the Bible of any nation, or nationality has touched them or they have received it. But yet, 90% of their community, if not 100% of their community, will be living in a God sacred way. And that one, if they did show their head, they'd be eliminated. They will be given a chance of, seeing the error of their ways. But when, you have that right, that you don't want to change, you don't want to live like everybody else on the same judgment as everybody else on this topic, you have to be removed because you're an infection. As long as we allow you to destroy or weaken the structure, the true structure, which they would try to say that I'm doing that, or, you know, the people that's like me, or the spirits that's like me are doing that. We're not doing that because we doing for the benefit of all. If those people eliminate that infection, it cannot go nowhere. And then the people that seen that the infection was removed, and what you call removed because it didn't want to subside to truth, justice, love, community. It was just. It would destroy because it would be real war. It wouldn't be what I'm giving you. The war I'm giving you, like I said, I'm giving you a weapon that dissolves and puts into the knot. Even if it's effective, it works. They cannot use it because it will show that they are the greater evil. How can evil hurt you with his mouth? Which it happens every day. A lot of our feelings get hurt because of wicked shit that be said, hurtful shit that be said. But if you know it not to be true, you know that it ain't you. It's something that they want to say about you. But at the end of the day, it's really them for wanting to point it out on you. When a person tries to degrade you, down you, they trying to bring you down to their level. So take it as a compliment because they telling you without telling you that you're better than them, which you're not. But they giving you that compliment where they put you on that pedestal and lessen themselves. I tell all of y'all will always be my equal. But when you tend to feel that you're above me, you below everybody. And it's not just because when you do it to somebody else, you could do it to your sister, your mother, your brother, whoever, your girl. You make yourself lesser than everybody. And you already know it because you wouldn't have done it if you felt equal to everybody. Only thieves worry about thieves. Only liars worry about liars. Only killers worry about killers. Only worry about killers. Why is that? It's because it's what they are. I'm dangerous. I'm dangerous with this. And I don't play games. Ain't nothing I'm doing is a mind game. Ain't none of this doing is a mind manipulation. Ain't nothing I'm doing is psychological warfare. Even though you have individuals that using the knowledge that I'm providing as psychological warfare. And what is psychological warfare? A mind game. Mind is all. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. A weak mind is easily manipulated and controlled. I challenge any nation, any government, any of y'all to get your best philosophers, speakers, influencers, and let's have a debate publicly and see what stands, truth or manipulation. I play no games, and I hit incredibly hard without touching you. I destroy what I touch and rebuild something way better that's going to bring more abundance of true life joy, prosperity. Every soldier in all the world, if you don't kill for whatever cause that they telling you to kill for, there's no lives lost. There's no war. How's there war in the 3D with no death, with no profit, with no beneficial outcome? Because at the end of the day, the war don't stop there. That was just the battle. The war, or for the battles will keep on coming and handing up because I will keep on pointing my finger at you. You will keep on pointing your finger at me. I have hard feelings for the last time I lost. You have hard feelings for the last time you lost. We keep in a cycle. We keep in a chain of death and destruction. have blood on their hands because of the manipulation, but they don't have blood on their hands physically. And who feels it more? Me telling you, go do something and you do it, and then when shit hit the fan, okay, even though I told you to do it, did you have to do it? And that's when 9 times 10 that person that was said to fuck around and snap and look like a madman and carried off or killed on the spot. When he could just look at the motherfucker and have a straight realization that he's 100% right. I did it. I was talked into it. I was manipulated. I was blindsided. And if you don't know nothing about the military, but I guarantee you done had family or a loved one that's in the military. Boot camp is made to break you down. Boot camp is made to you to follow orders without question. And if you do question, you're insubordinate and you're tried, tortured, and maybe even eliminated as a traitor, treason. But yet, you put your life on the line for the same thing that turned his back on you. I'll drop some more deep shit for y'all later.